Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race number 16 of the Phillips Nationwide Series here from the Milwaukee-Mile in West Dallas, Wisconsin. Before we get the starting grid started, I want to welcome in another newcomer here driving the number 28 car. That would be Nick Capps, brother of Nick Duncan here. So welcome Nick Capps to the Phillips Nationwide Series, making a start here at the Milwaukee-Mile. Without further ado, let's give you the rundown. Galligan, Kirker, Richards, Colbert, Cropley, Johnson, Malone, Yates, Bishop, Klein, Verlander, Jackson, Fitzgerald, Daly, and Greg. That makes up your half starting field here at the Milwaukee-Mile in West Dallas, Wisconsin. Here in West Dallas, Wisconsin, Milwaukee-Mile. Site of race number 16, the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. We were gonna be at O'Reilly Raceway Park, but that track proved to be a complete green flag run. I don't know what we'll see at the Milwaukee-Mile, but Pace Car has left the track. Sean Galligan, Dom Cass looking to erase their over streaks. Can it come tonight here in Milwaukee? We'll find out. We're green from West Dallas. Sean Galligan here. He is borderline of losing that car due to lack of good runs. There's someone waiting in the wings for that 4 car. And we'll skim through the field here. Make sure everyone's doing okay. So far so good here. And let's see. How about that? Kerry Anderson all the way up to 19th already, ahead of her son Nick Duncan. There's a couple of guys that we mentioned at Daytona. And speaking of Daytona, there is your second Daytona race winner. DJ Kirker got his win in our last race at Daytona as they're 3 wide behind him. They almost made contact with each other, so this racetrack is proving to be a little tough. And there's the top 3. Richards, Galligan, and Capps right aboard of Dom Capps here. And if I can find my Excel sheets, I will break down the chase, but I can't find that. I'll have to look for that here in a minute. And let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. My Excel sheet is in front of... Oh, trouble! Robert Piet has stalled it on the back. And I think that's a piston problem. I saw smoke coming out of that car. And as I say that, my Excel sheet is right here, so... Let's get to the chase for the championship. As it stands right now, in the chase will be Evelyn Lauderer, Robert Piet, Billy Bishop, Anna Gregg, Zach Colbert, Zachy Robinson, Cameron Yates, Inga Lamliana, Nick Duncan. That will be your top 9 in the chase. Top 10th, 11th, and 12th will have to be when the points will be updated prior to race 19. At Atlanta. But as it stands right now, the top 9 are Evelyn Lauderer, Robert Piet, Billy Bishop, Anna Gregg, Zach Colbert, Zach Robinson, Cameron Yates, Inga Lamliana, and Nick Duncan. That's your top 9 in the chase as it stands right now, but that can change over these next few races leading into the chase cutoff at Richmond. That'll be our 20th stop. Our next race will be a left and right road course at Watkins Glen International. As we continue to skim through the field, I want to go back to my Excel sheet here, and if I can find the chase format, we can break it down. And flip through the pages here. So just a second, there it is. And the chase format for the 2013 chase for the Phillips Nationwide Championship. As we continue to skim through the field, the chase format is the points will reset after Richmond. Only 12 chasers will make it. 2 wild cards will advance to those final 2 spots. There will be 10 chase stops, and the Charlotte night race will mark the chase halfway. And the champion of Season 1 will get a reserved car for next season in Season 2. So that's the way the chase has... So that's the breakdown for the chase for the Phillips Nationwide Championship. Now I can put away my Excel sheet here. Now focus on Nick Caps here and making some ground up here on the inside line. There's Keith Black back in the 01 car. Got a little battle here. That's for 31st on the racetrack. So we got some mini battles. Anderson back in 14th, working on a top 20 day again. Anderson having a good run in just her first start. In just her third start here in the Phillips Nationwide Series. And she is most likely going to be in the hunt for the Rookie of the Year. I haven't got around to see who's in the Rookie of the Year standings. There's your second race Daytona winner. Now we got a little mini battle for second here. Some mini battles out on the racetrack as Richards is continuing to grow on that lead. And going back to the chase format here. 2 wild cards will advance to the chase. And if you saw the points back at our stop at Michigan, you know who is in the wild card hunt. And let's see who has the fastest lap. And let's see. No, that's the race. Got a mini battle for second here. Chase format, knowing that the 2 wild cards, first and second in the wild card standings, will make it into the chase. So that is going to be a tight battle. From the helicopter here, looking over the field, looking over second and third over the Milwaukee-Mile here at West Allis, Wisconsin. The O'Reilly Auto Parts 300 here from West Allis. Richards just crossing the stripe here. And they're crossing the stripe, so they're making up a little ground here, but I think it's going to be too little, too late here from West Allis. And it's Caps who's second fastest at a 29.109 to a 29.029. So first to second is separated by at least 1/10 of a second. Richards gets into the front stretch. Off in the 1 here. I don't think lap track was going to play a factor. And from the start, Richards has led every single lap. Now we take an onboard here with Dom Caps. That over streak looks like it's going to continue and go to 0-16 on the year. We skim through the field, got a mini battle. Everyone's minding their P's and Q's here so far. Let's just mini battles on the racetrack. Nothing to get all excited about. They're just racing for pride here as they're too far back. Richards in the back straightaway. They're in the back straightaway. So they're clicking off that they're chipping away at that lead, but it's gonna be too little, too late. It looks like. As Richards gets into the front straightaway for 5 laps to go here from the Milwaukee-Mile. And they get into the front straightaway here. But I think it's going to be too little, too late to break that over streak, either Galligan or Caps. It looks like it's going to grow to 0-16 here, heading into Watkins Glen. And if the points were to be updated prior to this race, Dom Cass would fall out of the chase hunts. He would have to contend for a wild card, but he's still up there in points. Richards in the turn 2. They're in the turn 2 right here. I don't think they're gonna make it happen here. It's still Jack Richards out on the racetrack, knowing that we got many battles on the racetrack. This is the only great battle we have, and that's for the race lead. As they're clicking off that lead, they're getting into the front stretch now. And Richards will scoot off into turn 2 as they just now enter turn 1. And there he is coming off 2 now on the back straightaway. They're on the back straightaway. And battle for second here. I think Caps is going to be able to clear him here. Coming to 2 laps to go. Still think it's too little, too late to get anything done here. But Caps clears him for second. He's going to try and do something here. I think it's going to be too little, too late. Richards in the 2. They're in the 2. Backstretch. Backstretch. But I think it's too little, too late. As we come into turn number 3, Jack Richards is going to pretty much go home unmolested. No one has made a move on him all race long. White flag is out. 1 lap to go from West Allis. And Jack Richards is going to get his second win in the Phillips Nationwide Series. New Hampshire, now the Milwaukee-Mile. Jack Richards will join that 2-race win club. And he will be a chase contender. As Jack Richards comes out of turn number 4, his second win comes under the lights from West Allis at the Milwaukee-Mile. And there's Caps and Galligan. There's Cropley. And I ain't waiting for the top 10. They're too far back. But how about Jack Richards scoring a second win in the Phillips Nationwide Series? And our next stop, race 17 from Watkins Glen, will be tomorrow, I guess. So we'll see you next time. Watkins Glen International. Good night, folks.